Hello, Mr. McBride.
How you doing?
It's nice to meet you. Is it okay if I call you? What would you like to be called?
You can call me Will.
Okay, well, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Appreciate
you.
you coming in here today. Would you mind if I take notes today? Is that a problem?
no,
It just means that I'm trying to make sure I get everything you say and pick up on things that you're talking about and stuff like that. So, why don't you go ahead and tell me why you're in here today?
Well, I was referred by my family physician to come meet you and talk about some things that's been going on. I've been really stressed lately. I guess he called it anxiety. I've been having a lot of anxiety or something like that. Some things going on for a very long time that I've been dealing with, and they said that I should come see you about what's going on. So I'm here now.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's
So you said you've been feeling anxiety. So what kind of things have been happening that you told him about that he sent you here to see?
Well, I had a really rough childhood growing up. My mom wasn't around as much. I was the oldest of 3 kids, so it was me and my younger brother and younger sister, and I had to take care of them. And so ever since early on, I've always felt this nervousness, and so it's gotten really out of hand. It's interfered with a lot of things going on with me. So I just, I get to a point where I'm shaking and then, just really, really nervous.
Got you. So you said this would happen for a long time. Do you remember when it started, or has it just been really since you could possibly remember?
Possibly, since I can remember. It's been about since, I was in middle school age. When family life started getting really tough, that's when I think I really started to, if I can think back, that's when I remember it started being really, really stressful.
Okay.
So, but probably 11, 12 or something like that.
Okay, we can maybe get back to when it was getting a little tough. It might not be so easy for you to just talk about to start with.
Yeah.
But maybe tell me about how it specifically affects you, on a daily basis.
Oh man, I can't keep a girlfriend. It's women don't want to see a nervous man, and it affects me that on a daily basis. Work, I get nervous. I get really anxious going to work. I worry about everything. I worry about my younger siblings and stuff. Till this day, I worry about everything. What's going to happen here, and it stresses me out a lot.
Okay, so you said work, girlfriend situations. So those are some things that are pretty important to you.
Yeah.
So maybe we can touch on each thing. So talking about a girlfriend, have you been in a relationship?
Yeah, I've been in a relationship before. It caused a lot of issues. She couldn't deal with it after so long. She was just like, you gotta get help or you gotta do something. And they just nobody wants to deal with that on a regular basis. So that one relationship, she was pretty good, but I can't blame her for not wanting to stick around for a long time.
So what kind of problems would happen with you two?
Oh man, fights, arguments. We wouldn't be able to do things together. I didn't like going places. I was wanted to stay in the house, and she's I'm 24, but she was 23, and she was like, I want to do things and go out, and I just can't do that. I just can't. I'm just not there where I can do those types of things. So I think going out and having fun, she wanted to do those things.
Got it. So she wants to go out, have fun with friends, and be out in public places.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not something that. Is that something that maybe you're interested in doing at some point? Like you would want to do that? It's just sort of a scary thing, scary prospect for you?
Yeah, I would love to go to a concert or go go out to a bar or something and things like that. But I worry constantly. I can't seem to, even, in home, I can't seem to have fun. I just kind of just like I'm always thinking about what's going to happen and stressing out and just being really, really nervous.
So maybe if you keep coming here to see me, would that be something that you'd like to work towards doing? Maybe like finding some sort of situation when you go out, maybe like a certain specific time where you can go out and do a certain activity, like maybe work towards something like that.
I would definitely like to do that. I mean, that would be awesome. That would be really cool to be able to not worry about worrying all the time. Like that's just I don't even know if that's real or something, but I would love to do that.
It's a fun idea to think about.
It is definitely a fun idea to think about.
When you worry about these things, do the things that you worry about ever come true? Like, do they ever come to like fruition in terms of what you thinking might happen in a situation?
Well, what do you mean by that? Like fruition,
So when you worry about things, are you worrying about like the worst case scenario happening?
Yeah.
And then do you think oftentimes that it actually does happen?
I think about like if driving or things like that, and I think about what would happen if we got in a car accident or just everyday things like if I go to the store, what's going to happen, or am I going to get mugged or something like that. I think about those things all the time. I think about like life or death stuff that like I'm just unordinary stuff that I shouldn't be thinking about.
Okay, and so that gets in the way of just sort of enjoying yourself.
I can't think about anything else because I'm just so focused on these thoughts that I have that like something bad is going to happen.
And so you said that also affects you at work.
Yeah.
What kind of work do you do?
I work in IT, so I work in the IT department for one of the local universities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been able to hold that job?
Very carefully. I managed to kind of do my own thing, and so I don't have to be around people, so people don't get to see me be nervous all the time and stuff. So I stay away from everybody.
Mm-hmm. Does it make you less nervous when you don't have to be around other people?
Yeah.
Okay. So has this been causing you problems at work then, or you've been able to sort of manage?
It's caused some problems. They want me to take on more responsibility, and they say because I'm so far into my job, I have more responsibilities that I have to take on. But I don't want to do that, because I'm always nervous and anxious. So it's caused some arguments, well not arguments, but just disagreements with my supervisor and stuff.
So they want you to take on more things, but you're not interested in that sort of thing?
No, not at all.
Okay. Okay. Go back to that. So it's causing you relationship problems, causing you problems at work. Is there any other part of your life where it's really causing you issues?
Just with family and stuff, and people get annoyed with how worrisome I get, and how nervous I get. Like I have cousins who have kids, and I'm always like, you shouldn't leave them there, you shouldn't do this, and it's just like nobody wants to be around me because I bring this like negativity or this nervous negativity that's just always around me. So family members kind of just stay away from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so talking about your family, you mentioned that before. You said maybe this might go back to when you were 11 or 12 possibly, when there was some sort of family problems. Would you mind talking a little bit more about that?
Sure. I was an adult at a very early age. I had to take care of my younger siblings, and my mom was on drugs really bad, and so I just had a lot of responsibilities that 11 or 12-year-old shouldn't have. Cooking dinner and bathing my younger siblings and stuff like that, and putting them on, making sure they got to school and stuff. So it just it was tough. Yeah.
And so, you think you started feeling that way at that age?
I would say so. I would say it started around that age. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of. I mean, that's a really tough situation to go through at such a young age. It'd be hard to just handle that.
Yeah.
Without some sort of consequences. That's really tough as a child, or even as someone as an adult to deal with that sort of situation. So, I mean, I can't relate personally, but I appreciate you telling me about that.
Well, thank you.
So then, let's see here. I'm sort of getting an idea of maybe what you're going through, and maybe why you're referred here to me to talk about things. Maybe if you could tell me some specific symptoms that you might be feeling, to see if that sort of goes in line with what the sort of picture is coming out to be, and then we can work towards something to hopefully make some changes, if you're up for that sort of stuff.
Oh man, I would love to make some changes. You do not know how it's a long time coming. I would definitely love to make some changes.
Well, that's great. It's great to hear that you're up for that sort of thing. So that's what we're here together for. So hopefully you'd be up for that challenge with me, and I would be. So have you had any trouble sleeping?
Oh yeah, I have trouble sleeping. I definitely have trouble sleeping.
Okay. Sleep too much, or you wake up, like you said, you think about it, so you get up?
I ruminate a lot. I can't get to sleep. I sit there and lay awake until I have a hard time getting to sleep, and it makes me drowsy in the morning, and I can't function sometimes. Even on the weekends when I don't work, I get really tired. So.
Okay. So easily fatigued sometimes. Okay. And do you have any trouble concentrating?
Yeah, definitely have trouble concentrating. I can't focus sometimes at work, because I'm just thinking about all these other thoughts and stuff, and it makes me really nervous, and my mind just kind of goes everywhere.
Okay. How about feeling irritable, sort of?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's so feeling like you're on edge, like often, or you might be set off easily by what someone else might say, even if they're not necessarily trying to.
Push you that way. I get very, I get angry easily, because I just get so mad at people, and just not wanting to be around people and stuff. So yeah.
So does that happen often to you?
Yeah, I would say it happens often.
Yeah. Okay. So, getting a little bit more of an idea of what we can work towards, and I think the positive thing is that these sort of issues, I think you can make changes. And listening to your past, I would be surprised if you didn't have some sort of lingering issues from that. That's a really tough thing to go through. So I feel positive that we can work through things together if you're willing to do that with me. And so talked about relationships. And so a goal for you, one of them was to go out and do something for fun. In terms of relationships, how are your relationships just socially, like with friends?
I don't have that many friends.
Okay.
Yeah, not that many friends.
Do you have people that you socialize with?
I guess you could say co-workers. They asked me to go out to things with them. I think in the 2 or 3 years I've worked with them, I think I've been out maybe twice.
Okay.
And they ask me all the time, hey, Will, you should come out and go drink with us. And I'm like, no, that's okay. Not for me.
So you said you went out with them twice?
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
Um, it was really uncomfortable. I didn't stay too long. I think the first time I made up an excuse, and I was like, I got to go home. You know, something came up. You know, so I was just kind of like trying to just find a way to get out of there. And the second time, I kind of endured it more, but it was really just stressful.
How did you feel after those times? Was it a positive experience for you on any?
No.
It wasn't. It was a negative experience.
Yeah, it was a negative experience. I wanted to get the hell up out of there. Yeah, I was ready to ready to go. So
when did these times happen? I'm just interested. It seems like you would not want to do those things at all. But what made you try?
Because people were starting to wonder. I think I walked in one time on everybody was talking and they're asking, well, why doesn't Will do this or do anything like that? And I want to be social. I want to do those things, but it's just like I just can't get that. Those feelings to go away. The anxiety. I can't get that to go away, and I just rather just not have anybody to see me freak out. And so I'd rather stay at home and stay in the house all day.
But it sounds like there's a big part of you that really does want to do those things.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I definitely want to go out and have fun. Yeah. There's a lot of cute girls that I work with, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were a lot of cute girls in the IT field. So, but I just can't get past the things I have going on with me.
So you didn't realize that until you went out with some of the coworkers.
Yeah.
So when was the last time that you went out?
I'd say about 6 months ago. Yeah.
Okay. And have you thought about trying that again?
No. I haven't really thought about it. I've just been kind of focused on staying in the house for the most part. Yeah.
But you're not feeling good about staying in the house?
No.
So which is worse, do you think, for you?
Probably staying in the house would probably be worse. Because I sit at home and I don't have anything else to do. So I would probably say sitting in the house is worse.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
But it's safe, right? When you're in the house, you feel you don't have the pressures of other people being around you. You don't have the outside world. You're in a safe spot, so that's why you come home.
I'm very safe. I can manage my situation better there than I can somewhere else, and I have my video games. I have my go lay down and take a nap and try and sleep it off or something. Yeah, home is safe. Home is like home base. When you're playing hide and seek or something, and it's like that's safe. So yeah, definitely.
So it's interesting because you say that's the safe place, right? But at the same time, you also say that it's worse to be at home than it is to go out and do those scary things. So there's that conflict there. So the thing is, what's more important to you? Do you want to go out, even though it's really scary? It's going to take being scared and trying things that are really scary for you to make those changes. It sounds like that's what you ultimately want. Is that true?
Yeah, I do want to make those changes. I never thought about it like that. What you just said. Home, although it's safe, it's. I guess would you say it's hindering me, or?
I mean, it sounds like that to me. It sounds like, unless I'm putting words in your mouth, which I hope that I'm not.
No.
I want to find out what it is that you really want, or what it is that's motivating you. And it sounds to me as though you really do desire to have some sort of connection. Like the first thing you mentioned was a girlfriend, and then you're also talking about going out with coworkers. And you also mentioned girls in that situation too.
I mentioned that already. I guess I did.
So that might be a motivator for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm 24 years old, so I guess I'm in the prime of my life. I just want to, meet girls and stuff. So, yeah, girls are one of my,
So that's an important step for you, and that might be something we can work towards getting to. It might take some more basic social interactions before that, but it sounds like you at least have some interaction with your coworkers, that they're asking you to come out. Not everyone gets asked to go out with their coworkers, so that's a good first step. Really happy about that. You have something to hold on to at least. There's a first step.
Yeah.
So I think there's some things to work with here, and maybe we can start with developing a plan to ultimately get to maybe trying that again if you want, or trying something else. Trying something maybe. So here's an idea. Maybe at this point, what you've talked about today, you have a lot of anxiety on a regular basis, and it seems like it affects you all the time, pretty much.
Oh, it does. It definitely does.
So, and that must be really difficult for you. And so, in our limited time today, I've only gotten a snapshot of sort of what things are like for you, and what's important to you. And I think there are a lot more things that we can really explore together. But I think social interactions and maybe stepping into some sort of social situation might be a good first step or goal, one of our goals together. And not that you would go out immediately with your friends, but maybe try something that's a small step first. So we call this desensitization. So you're becoming less and less sensitive.
What's that word again?
It's called desensitization.
Okay,
it's a certain technique. It's called systematic desensitization. Okay. It's for anxiety specifically.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely what I need.
Yeah, and so you take baby steps, going through experiences that maybe give you a little bit of anxiety at first, and then you experience that, and you're exposed to it. And then you can do the next thing. And then you keep working up until you get to something that's, going out with your friends, which sounds like a really scary thing right now.
Yeah, that sounds so scary right now.
And so we wouldn't approach that right away. You take your time to get there. So
yes, as long as we don't do that the first time.
We'll do what's comfortable for you. Okay. And
that
so that's something that we'll work on. We might also try. Have you ever tried any sort of meditation?
Like ninjas or something, or is it like yoga or something like that?
It's an aspect of some yoga. Yeah. I don't know about ninjas. Maybe they do.
I watch a lot of anime, so I'm sorry.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So meditation might be another technique just to help you relax. When you're in a situation where the anxiety feels like you just can't take it anymore, we can work on certain techniques where you have something that you can just practice from memory. For example, focusing on your breath is a good first step. And so we might create something where you can go through 10 steps that you've memorized, and then it might help you calm down in the situation. Okay, this is something I use all the time in my personal life, and it helps me relax and ultimately experience the present moment. Okay, so we can talk about that a lot more. That's a huge area of interest of mine, so I would love to share that with you.
Okay,
and hopefully that can help you out.
If you think it'll help the nervousness and all that kind of stuff and calm me down, I'm open to try it. So I'm definitely in.
So those are just a few options for us, and I think there's definitely area for growth, and I'm very positive about what we can do together. Do you have any questions for me?
So do you think that whatever's going on with me can go away? Do you think that I can stop being so nervous and stuff?
I mean, I can't say for sure, of course. I think you hold the keys to that, to making that change.
So it's all on me.
It's definitely not all on you. I'm here for you, and I'm here to listen to you and help you in any way that I can. Ultimately, it's not going to be me telling you what to do. It's going to come from you.
Okay.
And that's going to result in something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life.
So I guess I have to want to make the changes.
And it sounds like you do. It sounds like you do want to make the changes.
I do.
And so that's very positive. It's a great place to start. And so anything else I can answer for you moving forward?
I don't think so.
Okay, do you feel good about this? Or looking forward to maybe coming again next week? Would that be a good thing?
I would like to come. It's been very good for me to be able to talk about this, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, I would definitely come back again.
Okay, great. Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I won't push you too hard at first. We'll take our time.
I appreciate that. Don't push me. Don't be like a crazy coach or something, or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have to do?